Hollywood, the newlywed capital of the world. It's Wild West Day on the Newlywed Game. Yes, it's the Newlywed Game. And now let's meet our newlywed couples for today. Couple number one, married just 4 months, Iola and Gordon G. Couple number two, married just 5 months, Dorothy and Andrew Lee. Couple number three, married just 9 months, Aaron and Mitchell Porter. And couple number four, married just 5 months, Barbara and Bob Frank. Those are our newlyweds for today. Here's your host, the star of the Newlywed Game, Bob. Sorry I'm a little late, but I have to ride my horse backwards because you can't stand anybody looking over his shoulder. It's Wild West Day on the Newlywed Game. You stick around, we're liable to have some funny after this word from the old tobacco. Okay, with the wives secluded. Country owned more horses, the place would be more stabilized, wouldn't it? With the wives secluded safely off stage, it's time for some 5-point questions, and it's Wild West Day on the Newlywed Game, in case you haven't noticed. And as you know, gentlemen, you'll be answering these questions as you predict. Your wife will answer the same question when she returns. If her answer matches your prediction, you'll chalk up 5 points toward a grand prize that's been selected especially for you. So, if you guys are ready, do you feel like cowboys?
Yeah.
I am one.
You're a cowboy, huh?
Quick draw.
Fast draw. Here we go, guys. First question for 5 points. Gentlemen, let's hit the trail with question number 1. When it comes to her chest, will your wife say you reckon she's packing tortilla flats or a couple of buttes? Did I say that? I guess I did. Bob?
Well, I reckon I would say my wife is packing a couple of buttes.
Couple of buttes?
Yep.
Okay, Mitchell? As in guy?
Yeah, I'd say a couple of buttes. Most of my friends.
Couple of buttes. Andrew?
A couple of buttes, no doubt.
Couple of buttes. Gordon?
Couple of buttes.
Couple of buttes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
next question, gentlemen. What will your wife say is the last grub she rustled up for you that sent you to the outhouse in a full gallop? Oh, Mitchell.
Why do you ask? I'd say chicken. She made some chicken cacciatore. Chicken. Made
And
me
it
run.
caught your Tory, didn't it?
Yeah, it caught
Okay.
my Tory.
Yes, Andrew?
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, like a casserole? You know,
Right.
Tuna, macaroni, and cheese kind of
Right.
thing. That did it, huh?
That'll do it.
Right down the path.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right down the path. Gordon?
I'd say it'd have to be that bean burrito she fixed this
A
morning.
bean burrito.
Yeah.
Bob?
That sauerkraut and hot dog she made me kept me in the corral for a long time.
I'll bet it did, yeah. Okay. Here's the last of our 5-point questions. Gentlemen, before you and the missus met up, how many other fillies will she say you broke in? Andrew?
3.
3.
Say 3.
Okay. Gordon?
I'd say about 75.
Oh,
I'd say you're a liar. Yeah, that one. Bob?
One filly without any mares.
1 filly. Mitchell?
I did quite a bit of horsing around. I'd say about, 20.
20. All right. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll be right back to reunite these cowboys. All right.
Is your trial?
Well, we recorded your predictions on cards and now have them in your laps. Every time that your prediction matches your wife's answer, you'll be given 5 points. And the one couple with the most points at the end of the show wins their own Shetland pony. It's Wild West Day on the Newlywed Game, in case you just tuned in and thought the whole world had come to an end. And it's about to, ladies, when you hear this question. Girls, welcome to Wild West Days, and here's your first question. When it comes to your chest, ladies, does your husband reckon that you're packing a couple of buttes or tortilla flats? Iola?
have to go with a couple of buttes. I
Couple
think
of
you
buttes. He said you're packing. Card, please, for me there. A couple of buttes. That's right.
All right.
Well, Dorothy, does he look like a cowboy, Dorothy?
Yeah.
You think he does, huh?
She's convinced.
What are you packing? A couple of buttes or tortilla flats?
I'll say tortilla flat.
Tortilla flats. All right, he said, oh, Dorothy, top card for me, please, there. No, a couple of buttes.
She's so proud of him, you know. Half the time she don't even keep it wrong.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Aaron?
We were just talking about this backstage. Tortilla flats.
Tortilla flats. He said, for sure, a couple of buttes.
Oh, that was nice
Isn't that
of you.
nice of her?
All right.
We just
Yeah.
lost.
Barbara?
Well, do you have something in between, like molehills, or?
No.
I'll be optimistic. A couple of buttes.
Couple of buttes. He said, good for you, a couple of buttes, right? All right. Next question for 5 points. Girls, tell me, what is the last grub you rustled up for your husband that sent him to the outhouse in a full gallop? Dorothy?
Probably noodle casserole because that's what I last cooked yesterday.
What did it have in it now, Dorothy?
Tuna.
All right. Andrew said it was. Top card for me, please. Just a top card. Just a top card. Just a top. No, that's not. Let me see your top card. Okay, that's it. Tuna and cheese casserole. Okay, fine. Okay, you get the points. I guess. Hang on to those cards now. All right. Here we go. Aaron?
Probably chicken, because that's what I cook most.
Chicken. He said that you rustled up some chicken cacciatore. Yes. Barbara, what do you think?
This is gonna be a tough question. I cook so rarely, but
This is one that ran him to the outhouse in a full gallop.
well, let's go with most of my food does that. So I'd say last night's dinner, which was a concoction of cheese and tomatoes and avocados, some kind of sandwich.
Oh, I can see his point, yes.
Yeah.
Bob said it was no sauerkraut and hot dogs that did it for him.
Do you remember how long it kept me occupied after the meal was over and I wasn't doing dishes?
But you always do that.
You mean he runs to the outhouse so he won't have to do dishes? Is that it?
Well, that's his domain. Is the
Oh, I see.
we got plenty of reading material there.
Iola.
We were just talking about all we've had to eat for the last 2 weeks is Mexican food, so I'll say burritos.
A burrito. He
Yeah.
is a burrito. Right. Next question here now, ladies. Before you and the mister met up, how many other fillies did he break in? This is before you and Mitchell met up, Aaron. How many other fillies did he break in?
Do you want this in hundreds or what?
Just round it off to the nearest million.
He had a lot of friends.
Fillies that he broke in.
5?
5. He said that, he bit about 20 of them on the withers.
What do you take?
20 people? What's the matter, Aaron?
5 people?
When did you start breaking in films? At an early age.
Barbara?
Now, is breaking in, is that like riding versus leading by a rope, or?
It's probably something he threw a saddle on. I don't know.
Well, I got blinders on this one. I'd say 0.
You'd say 0. He said 1.
Close.
You know, remember we talked about it before?
No, but we're going to talk about it again. I'll bet you that. Iola?
Well, I think I know about the main ones, but not about the in-between ones. I'll say 25.
25. He said 75.
More than I thought.
Found out things you didn't know.
Yeah.
Dorothy,
I don't even know what Phillies is.
let me tell you before you answer. Fillies are pretty young little devils.
Yeah, now. Now I can hear. I'll say 3.
3.
Yeah.
Predicted you would say 3. That's right. Okay. Let's go live and see how well they predict what your husbands will say right after this brief message.
Match Game fashion tip number 32. You can't go wrong with plaid. Match Game, tastefully fun, weeknights at 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern.
All right, ladies, now it's your turn to predict what your husbands will say. And remember, each of these questions will now be worth 10 points. So here we go with our first question. Girls, since you've been hitched, will that varmint say he has or has not ever made whoopee with his boots on? Aaron?
Oh, I don't think so.
He never has.
He likes it
Right.
without the boots.
Okay. Dorothy?
I'll say no because usually I'll turn in the bed, you know, and he doesn't sleep with his boots on.
He doesn't sleep with his boots on?
No.
That's the strangest thing I've ever heard. Iola?
I wonder if socks will count, because that's definitely so.
It's up to you.
I'll say yes.
You think he has?
Yeah.
Did they have any spurs on?
No, it's not spurs.
Barbara?
Yeah, we're not into the Spurs either. I'd say definitely no.
He has not. Okay. Next question, girls. What will your husband say was the last thing in your bunkhouse that was hung? Dorothy?
Because it was hung.
Yes.
I don't know, I'd probably say bed. The
You
bed.
hung your bed up?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like one of those walls, the walls that lets up in the back of the, you know, you can let the bed up in the wall. So I think I'll say that.
Has the bed ever gone up in the wall with him in it?
No.
No. It's a good idea, though. Keep it in mind in case you ever get mad at it. Iola?
I'll say a picture. Or
A picture of what?
well, let's say macrame hanging.
A
How's that?
macrame hanging. Okay. Barbara?
How specific do you want? Clothes? Is
Okay,
that
the last
too
thing in your
general?
bunkhouse that was hung was clothes. More specific. Give me one item.
Okay, well, gee, I can't remember who hung up the last thing. Last things lay around for a while in there.
What's your answer, please?
Yeah, I'd say a jacket.
A jacket. Is that okay, Judge? Just a jacket? That's fine. Aaron?
This is good. It's an easy one. A picture of the two of us. We just
A
got it.
picture of the two of you.
Right.
All right. Last of our 10-point questions. Girls, what will your husband say is his most Old West habit? As long as it's Old West Day, what's his most Old West habit? Iola?
Chewing tobacco. He does it all the
He
time.
chews tobacco?
Skull.
Does he have
That's
a
right.
bottle he spits into?
Yeah, a paper cup.
A paper cup. I think
He's
I'm
a
vomit
country.
right now.
Yeah.
Barbara?
Gee, he doesn't smoke, doesn't ride horses, hates horses. I'd say we'll forget about the Phillies. Yeah.
He didn't.
I'd say eats. Eats.
His most Old West habit is he eats?
He eats beans. Yeah.
He eats beans.
Yeah.
That's Western. Aaron?
He puts his feet on the furniture.
He
Any
puts his
furniture.
feet on the furniture. All right. Dorothy?
He drinks spits. He drinks beer.
He drinks a lot of beer.
Yeah. He can't put down that habit. It's gonna be a habit always.
Okay.
Yeah.
25-point bonus question. Girls, think about this one. On your wedding night, will your sidekick say he behaved more like Hopalong Cassidy, Gabby Hayes, Billy the Kid, or the Lone Ranger? On your wedding night, Barbara.
Gee, none of those answers really describe it, but
Yeah, well, we don't have. There's one of them.
well, let's say Hopalong Cassidy
Hopalong Cassidy.
or Ziga. Yeah.
Definitely Hopalong
Hopalong
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Dorothy?
I'll say the Long Range. He's pretty good.
The Lone Ranger. Iola?
Hopalong Cassidy.
Hopalong Cassidy. Ladies, thank you. We'll be back with the husbands to compare answers on the Newlywed Game in just a moment. First,
Are you tired of overnighters?
see how well your wives have predicted what you will say. Remember, these questions will now be worth 10 points. And it's Wild West Day. And here we go again. Gentlemen, since you've been hitched, have you or have you not ever made whoopee with your boots on? Andrew Pard?
No, never.
Never have. She said that, no, you have not. You get 10 points for that, too. Mitchell, you look so funny in that hat. Say hi to Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Say hi to Brother Dave.
David.
Now, what's your answer?
For sure. Yes, I made it with everything.
Yeah, all right. She said, no, you haven't.
When did you do that?
Oh, that wasn't.
That's right. It wasn't me. It was somebody else.
Mother Philly,
That's
I know.
right.
Bob?
One of the other 20.
I usually don't wear shoes when we make a whoopee, as you say.
So the answer is no. She said you would say the answer would be no, right? You get 10 points.
Well, I've done it with my spurs on, but never my boots.
Never your boots, all right. She said it would be yes, you have to.
When?
The boots and not the spurs.
Oh.
Next question for 10 points, gentlemen. What was the last thing in your bunkhouse that was hung? Mitchell?
The last thing in my bunkhouse that was hung.
That's what I said too, Mitchell.
I knew I heard it somewhere.
Yes. Starting to sound familiar.
Last thing, my robe.
Your robe, all right. She said no, there's a picture of the two of you that's just hung.
That picture that we just got that's in the living room.
Oh, yeah, but that's in the living room, not the bunkhouse. You said the bunkhouse, didn't you?
Do you want it? You can
No, I
have
don't
it.
want it. Bob?
Well, since we rarely hang up anything in the house anyway, the answer shouldn't be too hard. I think it's a shirt.
A shirt, all right. She said it was, top card for me, please. A jacket.
This is a tough one because we were doing this right before we were coming here to the Newlywed Game, and it was a toss-up, and I figured it had to be either the shirt or the jacket. He was hanging up his shirt, and I was hanging up my jacket.
All right, fine. Gordon?
Repeat the question.
What was the last thing in your bunkhouse that was hung?
I have to say it is my coat.
Your coat. Iola predicted you would say it was a macrame hanging.
I went the other way on something on the wall.
Andrew?
I would say a picture.
A picture of what?
Picture of us.
Okay, she predicted you would say it was the bed that was hung. Here's the last of our 10-point questions. Gentlemen, what is your most Old West habit? What's your most Old West habit? Bob?
Sitting on the can.
She said your most...
It's close.
Yeah, it's close. So eating beans.
All I could think about was that movie where they're all sitting around
Yes,
the
right.
campfire. And what happens when you eat beans?
Gordon?
I chew tobacco, so I guess.
Chew tobacco. All right, I always said it's chew tobacco. Andrew?
Would you repeat the question?
What's your most Old West habit?
Drinking.
Drinking what?
Beer.
Beer. She said drinking beer. Mitchell, I don't know anything about you that's Old West, right? This
And I'm a Mississippi gambler.
Gambling. All
Oh,
right.
he's right.
Yes. No, she said putting your
you're
feet
wrong.
on the furniture.
Why did you do that?
We'll be back with our 25 more bonus questions. Which one is the winner grand prize this month? All right, gentlemen, here it is, your big 25-point bonus question. For 25 points, gentlemen, on your wedding night, did you behave more like Gabby Hayes, Billy the Kid, the Lone Ranger, or Hopalong Cassidy? Couple number 3, Mitchell and Aaron Porter with 5. 25 would give you 30. Mitchell, what's your answer?
Hop along, Cassie.
Hopalong Cassidy. Right. Good. Bob, take over the lead with the correct answer.
Probably Gabby Hayes.
Gabby Hayes, she said on your wedding night you were just like Hopalong Cassidy. Couple number 1, Gordon and Iola with 20, 25 and give you 45. Gordon, if you're right, you'll be in first place.
Say hop along, Cassidy.
Hopalong Cassidy, she said Hopalong Cassidy. That's right. All right, couple number 2, Andrew and Dorothy Lee. You have 30, 25 and give you 55. Andrew, get it right. You're going to be our grand prize winner. If you miss it, Dale Evans may reach over and whack you one.
I would say the Lone Ranger.
The Lone
Yeah.
Your very own beautiful brand new color television. That's right, Dorothy and Andrew won this 25-inch Star System touchscreen console from Magnavox. A beautiful blending of Mediterranean styling and advanced video electronics. Magnavox and Dorothy and Andrew, as a special Newlywed Game surprise, you've also won this. It's the Lazy Boy Lazy Sleeper that is built-in quality beauty, luxurious comfort, and a lifetime warranty on the mechanism. Furnished by Lazy Boy Lazy Sleepers. A cozy sofa sleeper plus a brand new color TV. All yours with best wishes from Newlywed Game. Congratulations to you for being our winners on the Newlywed Game, and thanks to all of our companies for joining us on Wild West Day. I'm Bob Ruben. See you next time. Goodbye.
Hi!
Hi, babe. How are you?
Oh, Bobber, I feel great.
Who's been trying to make? Have you tried to make changes in him, or he's trying to make changes in you? What's
You
that?
know, we got heaven and hell, and they both start with H-E. And that means he.
He's trying to make changes in you.
I tried.
You've tried to make changes in him. How's it going?
Oh, Lord, yes.
Yes, all right. Joe predicted you would say that no, he's tried to make changes in you.
What the hell's wrong with me?
You might recognize this man. He entertained America on primetime television for more than 2 decades. The Newlywed Game is still one of the most successful game shows in TV history. But he did not stop there. Bob went on to manage the careers of Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton, and Barbara Mandrell. He was also actively involved in producing concerts with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
I had a hit television show, but I didn't know how to do it. It was a really weird situation. So they would say to me, there's 4 couples out there who have never been on television. We want you to go out there and manufacture a half-hour humor. Well, I didn't know how to do that. And by the way, they say your competition is Andy Williams, is Jackie Gleason, is Flipper, is Gunsmoke, Laugh-In, all of the shows that we went up against. But as the year went on, and Chuck Barris, God bless him, let me learn how to do this, I figured out some things, and I developed an ability that I've been able to use in my life, in my business life, and my personal life. I figured out how to make people talk, how to get the best from people. So what I would do is I would walk into the dressing room where the couples were, and bless their hearts, they were sitting there scared to death because they were about to bare their soul for a toaster. And I realized that if I would sit down and talk to each couple one at a time and ask them questions about their life, that their body language would change. They would actually straighten up. They would then start talking to me. And really what it pointed out to me was if we'll validate the other person, if we'll make the other person feel like we're truly interested in what they have to say and what they have to offer, they will just keep talking and talking and talking. And you know, and I invite you to use that in your life, whether it be with a client or whomever it happens to be. If you can validate the other person, if you can show the other person that you're truly interested in what they will say, they'll tell you things, in my case, that they wouldn't even tell the grand jury.